Gang stalking. What is it? So, y'all, I wanted to do a video on this for a long time. I didn't know how to approach it before, but now that time has passed and I've had time to reflect and observe more, I want to share with you my experiences and a brief definition on what gang stalking is. All right, let's do this. So, I don't like editing, so this is how it's gonna be. And on that note, I will say, gang stalking. Gang stalking is not new. It is not a new concept. It is just a repeated occurrence in human evolution. I'll say it like that, okay? So, hopefully this ends soon. It's diminished. I mean, the vibration of the earth is rising, so things like that will not be able to survive on earth, just because, you know, when the vibration rises, when it increases, there are beings, ideologies that are not able to manifest in a higher frequency world, okay? So for those who are like, frequency, what is she talking about? Basic physics lesson. Everything here let me see, what else can I grab? Everything here, everything on this earth resonates at a specific frequency. And it's not just this earth, there's other galaxies, other planets, okay? But everything has a signature, a key signature. It has to, because that's how we're here, that's how it works, okay? So everything has a frequency. A frequency in order for it to physically manifest, right? Everything's vibrating. A rock, the water, the air, it has to do that to appear. We call that metaphysical. The meta, call that the vibrations. Through the vibrations, the physical world can form, okay? So moving on, you can do your own research, but that's the basic breakdown of that. Okay. So the earth is raising vibration. It's also going through a split, the lower vibration of earth and the higher vibration earth. Think about Rick and Morty, that episode where they split the realities, and there was the green mucky, that was a low vibrational, and then the regular, that can be the higher vibrational version of themselves, right? So if you've seen that, you know that the green version, they were kept in a little jar, right? That was their world. They were being held in that, and they were living out their worlds. All of the things that they didn't like, dislike, that was in there, right? Now, when it came to the high vibrational world, you know, more freedom, more ability to roam and do as you will. That's just the breakdown of that. Now, when it comes to our world, I just wanted to say that it is and has been a struggle to live here as a high vibrational being, as a spiritual being, and be. Because, you know, there's principalities and people, beings, entities that want the earth to remain in the lower vibration, because that's where they dwell in. That's where they do well in. When Earth, the planet, the entity of Earth is living, okay? She has had enough of the BS. That's the killing, that's rape, that's wars, shame, you name it, okay? We can go on. We can keep going on. I haven't gone to the fifth finger, but you know, we can go on, okay? Earth has had enough. And so what's happening now is there's this huge split that's occurring, and you have people that are choosing their lower vibrational selves, and you have people who want to do better and be better versions of themselves and move forward with Earth, right? Everybody has a choice, and everybody does. Every single person, being, animal on this planet has a choice on what they want to choose. You know, it's a virtual reality that we're living in. And it's no different than you viewing me on the screen. I'm real. I'm in this physical body, but I'm a spiritual being that's inhabiting this body. You're also a spirit inhabiting your body. This topic, it seems to be taboo for some people to talk to a lot of people, because they are caught in the realm of it can only be this way, it could only be that way. When there's so many possibilities, and if you open your mind to understand the world around you, you can have a higher quality life. Also, questions that you ask help with your quality of life. But moving on, we're talking about gang stalking. All right, that was like a 4 or 5 minute rant, but hopefully that was enough for you to understand what frequencies and what's going on in our world. Okay, so gang stalking is when a group of people have singled you out for whatever reason. They do not like you. Example, bullying, mean girls. Okay, all right, so when a group of people and entities, does not have to be just human beings, but it's a group of energy that has decided they don't like you, and so now they're possibly stalking you, possibly collecting your data. Yes, AI does and is a part of this, so if you thought that, you are correct. And they are doing everything that they can to keep you from what you're doing, right? So in other words, they are, or could be, trying to intercept your goals and what has been set in front of you to accomplish your mission here on Earth. And that's an issue. It really is. It really is. But it's more of an issue for them because you're doing your thing, right? You're going about your life. You're having a good time. You're striving to be more and to achieve your goals, to complete challenging tasks. That is what you are here. That's what you are doing. And you sexy, boo. You doing your thing. And there's some people, entities, that just can't stand that. So they, again, do what they can. They pull strings wherever they are in the society. They try to do certain things that will keep you off kilter. So I'm just going to give you a couple of examples of what's been happening or what has happened in my life. Let's see. Let's choose college, all right? So when I first started my journey with my current college, I was naive. I wasn't necessarily fully aware of the spiritual nature of myself and the world around me, although I was still just as powerful. In that space, I would create so many pieces of art, and they were beautiful, absolutely, just, they were grand. And I knew that they were awesome. There was something special about them. And other people did too. Now, I wasn't necessarily aware of this. I was just wear my pieces. You know, I make jewelry and also like household items like bowls and cups and things like that matter. I'm really down to earth, and I just love it. So, right, so I made a necklace It was a pendant. It was like copper, brass, and silver all in one. And then there was like lapis, onyx, and jade. And these are all real resources, all real. The gems, everything, all the way down to the chains, the 81 chains that linked the pendant together. It was all handmade. And I didn't realize the value of it then, but somebody else did. So a couple of weeks after I made this piece, it went missing. Now, I wasn't aware it was missing until I moved. I know that's weird, but it's part of a game. It was part of their game, the mental fog. And at that time, I wasn't taking care of my body, so I was completely aloof, right? So it went missing. And that same year, I made 3 bowls that sat on copper spiraled, I don't want to call them altars, but it was like settings. And the bowls were this big. Okay, they were enameled and they were vibrant. Just like, well, similar to the necklace, they went missing. After an event at my apartment, I left for a day and I came back and my things were thrown away. Now, it was very strange, but I mean, it was gone. It was just not there anymore. And I completely, I felt torn. I didn't understand what was going on, but I knew that something was wrong. Now, there's 2 examples from the way past. Now we're in the future. We're in the future from that day, but we are in the now, right now. So, time gone past, more reflective time of who I am and why I'm here. As we are lifting off to be in a higher space, there were certain things that, that took place, chaos, I'd call them. Recently, our car was towed from our apartment. This is me and my partner, my divine masculine. And our car was towed as it was in a reserved parking space of a parking lot that was full. Now, usually here in America, there are parking spaces are plenty, right? They cut down trees, fields of trees to plant parking spaces, barren concrete. Now, there were plenty of spaces, plenty of covered parking spots that were open, but if we parked there, then we would be towed. So we parked under an uncovered, non-handicapped area, and our car was towed. Come to find out, that parking space that we parked at had the words reserved on it. Now, what's important about this is that this happened 2 days before rent was due. So it was like, wow, this is kind of untimely. Couple weeks later, the car is towed again, but out of a parking lot that is partly empty. Same parking lot, but out of the same area that was empty, and nothing was reserved. No handicapped spaces were parked on. There were no words written on the curb saying reserved. It was an open space, but the car has gone missing. Not only is the car missing, but the police department has record that it has been towed to a towing shop, right? We call this shop within the hour of it being missing, and they say that they have no report of it being there or being sent out for it. So, red flag. We call 2 hours later, and there's still no record of it or showing that it is. So, either the police department is lying, or the trucking company is lying. Now, either or could be lying, right? As we have plenty of references to show police nowadays abusing their power. But what we knew in that moment, what we know is that the car is missing. It's stolen on the weekend. So something's up. Now, those are two examples of gang stalking, but another one would be that I've experienced would be a constant happening of a car being ran into from random people on the road. Now, what do you mean? What do I mean by that? I'm saying there is a noticeable interference with our vehicle when we, the drivers, are driving as we should be defensively. Somehow, when we're parked, there's a truck that turns into the car, totaled the car, or when we're at a stoplight and there's somebody that comes out of nowhere and tries to hit the car. So if you're in the spiritual community, and you probably are watching my video, that seems to be a form of black magic, right? So black magic is any person, being, or thing that tries to control, manipulate, or obstruct another being forcibly without their permission. Okay? But they forcefully try to obstruct you from what you're doing, right? In other words, they're using their free will to keep you from doing what you are meant to do. And with that said, maybe some foul play is happening, but at the beginning and at the end of the day, honey, we gonna still be moving towards where we need to go. And we still have faith that God's got us, that our ancestors are right beside us, guiding us where we need to go. So I say all that to say that gang stalking is because it's like bullying, but it's offhanded. It's not like you can always see the person or people that are manipulating energies. Usually these people are off to the side, far away, like a sniper, right? Sniper! Right? So if you play, Fortnite's coming to mind. Oh my god, never thought I'd mention this in a video, but if you've ever played like a shooting game for whatever reason, you would know that if there's a sniper in play, they would their gun will glint. It will like flash. So you'll see like a flash of like silver light right before they shoot. And that's something that's a vision that I got. But in terms of that, there are signs that happen right before somebody tries something, and so you just have to be aware of what's going on in a space. I would say that today, right before the car was towed, so when I was in the car, I saw the initials of my ex's name. That's really weird, very strange, but it is what it is, right? And I try not to think anything of it, because at this point I am in the now and that person's in the past. But it seems as though there are people who still have to let things go, or their energy is trying to latch on. So at this point, I'm still learning. Hopefully you can tell. But I'm still learning about how to identify what's happening in real time. I don't necessarily have like mentors, like physical mentors. My mentors are, spiritual beings of the light that serve Source, God, Anini. That's another word for God. The Source, one and only. So in that, I am still a student. I'm a student of life. And I just want to share my experience with gang stalking and what it's been like for me. Frustrating. Very frustrating. But at a point, you have to learn how to laugh about it. Because these people they're fearful of what you can do. So fearful that they block out the sun from getting to your skin, giving you light codes, energy, information that's helping your DNA activate. Because that's all that it is, the sun's very powerful. That's why there's been solar flares that are happening, the sun is trying to help us. Source is trying to help us. I want to explain what solar flares are and what they do, but that's really for another video. All that you need to know is that it helps your DNA activate. And again, another video. But they are doing so much to try and keep you from your inheritance. And that is a form of gang stalking. And I say they is any person. Even if they look like you, it does not mean that that person is on your side. Even if somebody smiles and is I won't say cheering you on, but smiling, because smiling isn't always like fun. It's usually aggressive. Showing teeth is usually aggressive. That's just animal behavior. And humans aren't necessarily animals, but we are. We're just another evolved form of animals. But I'm ranting. Anyway. But like I said, you have a mission. You're here for a reason. And there's groups of people and now AI built from, those people who decided that they want to create, create outside of God. And if you know anything, if you don't know anything, I mean, good for you. Still, you're learning. But if you know anything about like the Bible, spirituality, that sort of thing, you would know that certain things are done to, certain words are written to help groups of people and put others down. You would recognize that anything that's outside of God is not. And in that space, like, hopefully you're hearing what I'm saying. Okay? Hopefully you're hearing what I'm saying. It's important. It's important for you to be on your path. Love yourself and love yourself enough to respect yourself. And even if you don't respect people around you, accept that they are who they are and they're choosing who they want to be. And all you can do, is be aware of yourself, be aware of what's happening around you, share your light and shine, but keep moving forward. Don't stay in a stagnant energy. Something happens one day and you're like, oh my gosh. And you're just stuck there. No. Get out of that. Wake up. And by wake up, I mean be aware. Be aware of your thoughts. You know what's a good book? The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I've said this before in another video, but I'm saying it again. Pick up that book, read it. It will help change your life. Okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. those haters can keep hating, but eventually they're gonna love you. All right, just continue to love yourself and be a source of light, and allow the source, to work through you, because that's what we are. We're vessels. So I'm gonna get out of here and keep this vessel happy and in balance. Keep the body in balance. Okay, that's in with the N, so y'all know for sure what I'm saying. Okay, I know I got an accent. All right. I love you so much. Please take care of yourself and the people around you that you love, and keep shining every day. All right, see you soon.